Hello students of class 8. Today we will learn the chapter friction. What is friction? Friction is the force which resists the relative motion of solid surfaces, fluid layers and material elements sliding against each other. It acts always in the opposite direction in which the object is moving or trying to move. Now when you hold a glass of water in your hand, does it fall? No. This is because of friction. Why does a ball stop rolling on the ground after some time? This is also because of the friction, which acts on the ball in the opposite direction of the motion in the contact surface of the ball and the ground. So friction depends on the nature of two contact surfaces and on the force with which two surfaces are pressed together. It doesn't depend on the area of the contact surface. So here it is written that friction is a force which resists the relative motion of solid surfaces. So like when a ball roll on the ground, both of the ball and the ground are solid. So friction resists the motion. Fluid layers, like when two liquid moves against each other, or two liquid layers or two gaseous layers, then also friction force acts. And material elements, any material elements that may be solid or liquid, liquid gas, solid gas, friction force acts. Here a man is pushing a box with a force Fs in the left side and the friction force acting on the contact surface in the right direction, and the weight of the ball acting in the downward direction. So friction here acting in the contact surface and opposite to the direction of the motion. And for this it become quite hard for the man to push the box. Now let us learn one activity which shows that how friction depends upon the nature of contact surfaces. For this you need a wooden board, a books, dry cell, a cotton cloth. First you keep the wooden board or one book on a smooth table like an inclined plane with the help of some other books. Now release the dry cell from the top of the wooden board. Make a point on the table where the cell stops. Measure the distance covered by the cell with a scale. Now place the piece of cloth on the table and repeat the activity again. And next measure the distance covered by the cell or the cloth surface. In this activity you can see the dry cell that is rolling on the smooth surface covered d1 distance and on the cloth surface covered d2 distance. And it is very clear from the picture that distance d1 is greater than d2. That means smooth surface exert less friction on the objects and uneven surface exert more friction. For this the distance covered is also less. From this activity it is clear that we come to know that friction is more on rough surface than on the smooth surface. Now, why does a friction cause? Friction is caused by irregularities on the two surfaces in contact. Even though surface appear very smooth, has a large number of minute irregularities if it is seen by microscope. Irregularities on the two surfaces lock into another, and when we attempt to move any surface, we have to apply force to overcome the interlocking. So here you can see the irregularities or the ridges and furrows get locked with each other. That is why we have to apply force, and that is the friction force which acts in the opposite direction of the motion. Here in this picture you can see a boy is pulling or dragging a heavy load or a bag filled with a heavy load. So why is dragging the bag with a greater force? Because more is the weight of the bag, more is the frictional force. So it is required to exert more force on the object, that is on the heavier object, than on the lighter object. Why? Because the irregularities in the two surfaces get locked with each other or pressed harder. As a result, friction increases. And to overcome the friction, the boy has to pay or has to exert more force. So it is quite tough for us to slide a heavy load than that of the light one. So friction depends on the force exerted by the object on the contact surface. That means weight of the object and the reaction force given by the object. More is the weight, means more is the interlocking, and more is the reaction force. So friction is also greater. Now here is a picture of a device named spring balance, which is used to measure the force acting on an object. We can measure the friction force with the spring balance easily. It consists of a spring, coil spring, that gets stretched when a force is applied. Stretching of the spring is measured by a pointer moving on the graduated scale. So when a load is added in the hook of the spring balance, the spring elongated and the pointer on the scale shows the graduation. The scales are given in Newton and grams. This type of spring balance can measure 0 to 2.5 Newton and in gram scale 0 to 250 Newton. So the reading on the scale gives the magnitude of the force. So spring balance can be used to measure the friction force. So what happened actually in case of friction? If we see, when two faces of two objects come closer to each other, the molecular force of addition works, which resists the relative motion of the object. What is the adhesive force? This force acts between two molecules of different materials. So, the molecules of the two surfaces, due to adhesive force, a bonding is created. And when we have to move an object, apply force to overcome the bonding. So, try to slide objects against each other requires breaking these adhesive bonds. Whenever we are able to break the bond, the object start moving. If we are not able to break, the object can't move. The force required to overcome the friction at the instant an object start moving is the static friction. So it is the force exerted by the contact surfaces just before an object starts move. So if you pull or slide a wooden box of 500 gram with the help of spring balance, you will apply force on the spring balance, and the force that we get from the reading of the spring balance gives, just before moving the box, the static friction. Sliding friction. After overcome the static friction, when an object start moving with a constant speed, we can get the measurement of sliding friction, or the force required to keep an object slide with the same speed is the measure of sliding friction. That means the friction force offered by the contact surface when an object slides over other is called sliding friction. So when you are dragging the wooden box with the same force with the help of the spring balance, the spring balance shows the reading, and the reading is the measurement of the sliding friction. So it is very clear from that sliding friction is smaller than the static friction. Why? So when an object starts sliding, the contact points on its surface do not get the enough time to lock with the contact points on the other object. Whereas in case of static friction, the contact points get locked. For this, it is somewhat easier to move a box already in motion than it gets started. That means when we are to move an object from rest position, we have to apply more force than move an object which is already in motion. Next, rolling friction. When one body rolls over the surface of another body, the resistance to its motion is called rolling motion, and rolling reduces friction. It is always easier to roll an object than to slide a body over another. Rolling friction is smaller than sliding and static friction. That is the reason it is convenient to pull a luggage fitted with wheels. You have seen the trolley bag, we can easily move from one place to another place because of the wheel that provided on the trolley bag. Sliding is replaced by rolling in machines by using of the ball bearings. Ball bearings are seen in bicycle fans. You can see the balls between the two rings. And when the two rings roll, the ball in between these two rings also rolls and prevent the rings from rubbing by direct contact. Thus, it reduces friction. That is why bearing is used in a huge way in machinery parts to reduce friction and to reduce the heat energy that produced by the friction. Now see, in our daily life, friction is a necessary and also it is unnecessary in some cases. What are the necessities or what are the advantages? Friction helps us to write with the pen, pencil on paper. It helps us to hold anything. For the friction, we are able to walk or run. Matchsticks produces fire due to friction force. And disadvantages? For the frictional force, it causes wearing of the surfaces like shoe sole, ball bearing, machine parts. It also produces unwanted heat which causes wastage of energy. It also produces unwanted sound. That is why friction is called necessary evil. Next day we will learn more about the friction.